name is Amanda and this is my channel, Amanda Colours. I just wanted to do a quick reminder that in all of my videos, if you're ever looking for any information on what I've been talking about, you can find links to any products or any books, anything like that in the description below. You can also find links to all of my social media accounts, and there's also my email address there if you ever feel you want to connect that way, or if you have a question you don't want to ask in the comments. So with that little bit of housekeeping out of the way, today I am here with a fun little wrap-up video using a tag created by Sassy Colouring, and it is the 2022 adult colouring wrap-up tag. So I'm just going to go through and answer the questions, and it will give a bit of an overview of 2022 and the colouring that I did, and I just thought it would be a bit of fun. So the first question is, what are your favourite coloured pictures from the year? So I have two that I want to share with you. The first one is in my Narisa Dirt Europa, and it is, where's my little tag? It's this one here. Bring you in a little bit closer. So this was the first picture that I ever coloured in a Rita Berman book. And I had been told that the Polychromos pencils work really well in these books, so that's what I used. And I just took my time with it, and I'm just so pleased with how it turned out, because colouring with pencil really is not my forte. I've used markers for years, so so I haven't had much practice with pencils, but this has made me realize that, you know what, if I take my time, and I also used a few reference images to kind of help with thinking of different colors to mix in with the water and that sort of thing. But yeah, if I take my time, I can actually get a really good result. So that was really exciting, and it has made me fall in love with Rita Berman books even more. I've loved the illustrations, but colouring them is just so much fun. So there's that one. And the second one that I would like to show you is out of Johanna Basford's Rooms of Wonder book. And it is this one here. So again, this is mostly pencils. I find it really interesting that my two favourite pages from this year, well, from last year, are pencil based. But yeah, I added quite a bit of metallic paint and pen and that sort of thing as well. But I'm just really happy with it. I wanted to do all yellow based colors, but then I chose to add in blue bees because there are some native Australian bees that are blue. I've never seen them in real life, but they're very cute. I've seen pictures online, and I just thought they would stand out better from the background if they were blue. So that is my second page. So the next question is, what is your most used colouring supply for the year? Well, by far it would have to be this little guy here. It is the Sakura Jelly Roll Clear Stardust pen. I use it in just about every page I do. It goes on clear, so you can do it over any kind of color or pencil or marker or anything, but it just adds a bit of shimmer and really fine glitter, and I just love it, so I just use it all the time. I think I went through 2, maybe 3 full pens this year, and and I've purchased some spares as well. Okay, question number 3. What is your most coloured in book for the year? Well, I had to go and look at my colouring journal because I wasn't quite sure, because there were a few. Well, there are 2 books that I completed from start to finish, but I didn't want to count those because that is actually another question. So other than those, Ivy in the Inky Butterfly by Johanna Basford is the book that I coloured in the most. I started it this year, and I'm buddy colouring with Disney Makes Colouring and Jamie's Colouring Love. And we are going through from start to finish. So it's going to take us quite a while because we only do 1 double page spread a month. But this is what we have done so far. And what I have done, this is my book. So I actually like my title page best out of all the pages I've done. But yeah, so move it across so you can see. But yeah, I've done a set colour palette for the whole book so that it, you know, kind of flows along and makes sense. I've been referring to the actual story to make sure that I'm doing anything that has a specific colour, that I'm doing in that colour. I've been adding metallic pens. This one has quite a bit of glossy accents on all the bits that would be glass. Again, some of the pages, like this one, was such a mammoth task to complete. So many details, but I'm pretty happy with how it's coming along. And then this one, I've added Wink of Stella on the page there around the butterfly to give it a bit of glow. This one, so you can see here I've used the Sakura clear Stardust pen on the trail of the butterfly. It just gives that really lovely shimmer effect. This one I added some stickles as well, some stickles glitter to the flowers. And you'll get a sneak peek of this month's pages. So this one here. So we still have a whole lot left to do, but this is a book that I've coloured the most in. Okay, so question 4 is, did you complete any books in 2022? If yes, how many and which ones? I actually completed 3 books. I do have full flip throughs of these books. I will link my completed books playlist in the top, in the iCards. But I completed the Kira Kira colouring book, Foodies and Cuties. I completed the Sally Berry Advent Calendar Cupcake Edition, and I also completed the Golden Advent Calendar colouring book by Ursula Schwab. So this one I had started before this year, but these 2 I completed in December alone. That was a big task. Okay. Number 5, your favourite colouring book purchase of the year. So, for me, I purchased so many books this year. I am too scared to actually count how many. But because I started watching ColourTube and I started my channel, and I got so completely influenced by so many people with the gorgeous books that are out there, and I'm not complaining at all. But I would have to say that my favourite purchases were the Rita Berman books. So other than her book that has all the seasons in the one book, I do have all of her books. So this Asian one is the most recent, as I'm sure you know. But yeah, I bought all of them and I love them. And my goal is eventually one day to complete them all because they're just beautiful and I love them. Number 6, if you could recommend any colouring book that was released in 2022, what would it be? Oh. Well, it would actually be, sorry, I've just confused myself. It would actually be this Asia book. And then there is also the Matchstick Mouse Floral Colouring Book. Very different styles. This one is, I guess I would consider a more serious colouring book, whereas this one is a bit more fun. It's just the gorgeous little matchstick mouse in all these different scenarios with flowers, and it's just super cute, and I love Morgan O'Brien's illustrations. And yeah, that came out last year. Next question. Number 7. How many pages? Oh, I'm confusing myself so much here. I need to go back to number 5. So my favorite coloring book purchase, yes, it was Asia, and but it's also this one, Sea of Colours by Angela Gonzalez. This wasn't released last year, but I purchased it last year. And I just love her illustrations as well. I have coloured a decent amount of pages in this book, but it is a goal of mine to complete this book eventually. But yeah, it's very, very cute. So number 7, how many pages did you colour in 2022? So I only actually started recording the pages that I colour, I think it was in August. But since August, I did 132 pages, which is a lot of pages. But in the whole year, I would have done more than that because I was definitely colouring throughout the whole year, but I just wasn't recording all the pages. So number 8, any colouring regrets from 2022? My biggest colouring regret is that I spoke about it in a previous video, but particularly in December, I started making colouring more of a chore than a hobby, and something that I did because I enjoyed it and found it relaxing. And that kind of was taking all the fun out of it. So it's not something that I want to continue to do. But yeah, I do regret that I got in my own head about it. There are also some books that I regret purchasing, and I am actually going to do a bit of a de-stash because I just don't need as many books as I have, and there are some that I just know that I'm never really going to colour in, so I will be I've been thinking of actually posting them on the Facebook group that Megan and I co-run, Megan from Disney Meg's Colouring, to see if any of my fellow Aussie colourists are interested in the books that I'm de-stashing, but I'm not sure. I may just give them to a friend or something, but I'll see. And the last question is, what is your biggest goal, colouring goal for 2023? I have a video coming up. Actually, I'm not sure if it might have gone live before this one does. But I've set out some books that I'd really like to focus on this year. I am really trying to have a low spend this year after last year, which was just a bit insane. And I also just want to keep remembering to make colouring fun. For my channel, I would like to do some more kind of informative or educational videos around color theory and color palettes, how to choose them. I'm going to continue with my Learn With Me series where I am learning about new mediums, and then you guys can learn along with me. Yeah, I think that's probably it. So that is my little wrap up of 2022 as far as colouring goes. I hope you found it interesting. As I said, this was a tag created by Sassy Colouring, and you are more than welcome to go ahead and do a video using these questions. Just make sure that you tag Sassy Colouring and tag me too, so that I can see your answers, because I find it really interesting. But I'm not tagging anyone specifically, so it's completely open to anyone who wants to do it. I know we're getting a bit late in January now, so you might just be over 2022, but that's fine too. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and also please subscribe to the channel. It really helps me if you do subscribe, and I'm so thankful for all of those of you who have already subscribed, so thank you very much. Yeah, so that's it for today, and I will see you next time. Bye.